Nowadays, there's many students driving, mostly upperclassmen, but all around in the United States, students are beginning to drive. But do they know the main safety features of driving, the main protocols? Um, According to the CDC, between 53.8 to 90.2% of drivers are of students are drivers within the United States within those 42 states. Today we will be discussing the tools needed to change a tire, how to change the tire, and then what changing a tire can benefit with the knowledge. So starting out, we're going to be discussing what type of tools you're going to need. You're going to need a jack stand to make sure that the tire is lifted off of the ground to be able to take it off. Um, some type of tire wrench to be able to take off the lug nuts off of the tire to remove it. An air pressure gauge just in case your tire doesn't need to be removed and it has enough air to survive, but who knows. And then obviously a spare tire to change the tire. Some honorable mentions may include an air pump to make sure that if the tire doesn't have any type of pump and it's just like eventually leaked out of air, you can fill it up slowly and then be able to get on the road without needing to change it. Wheel chocks to prevent the tire from moving or the car rolling while you're changing it. And then finally, some like traffic cone or some type of flag or anything to get other drivers' attention so they know to get out of your way or even to possibly come help. So now moving into the main piece, we're going to be discussing how to actually change the tire. So first you're going to want to pull off into a main or off to the side of the road in a safe spot or into a parking lot or driveway or wherever is safest to go. You're going to want to put down on your hazards and have some type of signal like a traffic cone or a flag or any other way to get the driver's attention so they know that you're there. You're going to want to locate your driver's manual, and then your driver's manual will explain exactly where your spare tire and tools are located. For most mid-sized sedans and regular sedans, they're underneath the trunk just like this. The jack should be there, everything like the tire iron, everything should be in that one spot for you to locate. You're going to need, obviously, the tire iron that's included into the entire thing. There's 3 different sizes of most typical cars. There's a 17 millimeter, the 19 millimeter, and the 21 millimeter. And so this fancy tool right here has all 3 of them, plus a prying bar just in case you need to do any type of prying necessary. If you have any type of vehicle with a hubcap, you're going to want to be able to use the pry bar to pry off the hubcap so you have access to the lug nuts within the tire itself. And then to finally start actually doing the removing of your tire, you want to loosen up the nuts on the tire before you actually start, just to make sure that it's easier to screw off when it's elevated up into the air. Next, you're going to want to raise up the jack and actually fully take off the tire, and then put the new spare tire on. There is a specific tightening pattern. It's mostly a star pattern. So cars with 5 lug nuts would do this type of pattern. 6, you would continue with the star pattern, or 4, you would just have to cross them. And then after that, you just want to remove the jack, and there you go. Your spare tire is now on, and you're ready to start driving. So moving those points off to the side, the benefits to society that this can show in so many ways is that it's a proven fact, according to ngpf.org, that 25.6% of 16-year-olds have their license, 49% of 17-year-olds have their license, and 60.9% of 18-year-olds have their license. So with this type of knowledge for those teenagers to have, to knowing how to change a tire can be crucial if they meet this point in time. If they ever run into this scenario where they need to change it, or if they see someone on the side of the road who needs it changed, they know that they're able to help that person or help themselves out in that any type of way, just like that. Overall, throughout this speech, we discussed the main points, which were the tools required to change your tire, how to actually do the tire change, and then finally, the benefits of knowing how to change this tire. So hopefully you can use this knowledge in the real world if you ever come across this situation. Hopefully you never do, but everyone's driving nowadays and it's just taking over our lives. So eventually you might encounter this type of situation. Thank you guys so much.